Oh, yeah. To all you talent scouts out there listening to me sing, I don't know why you haven't called in. I'm going to give you one more chance. You know, I'm not really trying to get a lot of money or anything. I know I don't sing that good. Anyway, we're going to talk about that later on. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen, here on the case for truth and justice, with the right information to help improve the situation. Empire Talks Back is brought to you by West Side Story newspaper and the Improve Association and the California Department of Public Health. We are here to adjust your mind, make you find that you are indeed the treasure that you're looking for. You simply have to decide to produce it and let us come on and use it. And that's what we're here for. Also to salute black-owned businesses, Bob. And we have a few businesses today that we will give you a chance to support and hear more about. As we move toward that, though, I'd like to acknowledge a couple of things. One of them is, of course, Father's Day. I told you last week that I was blessed to have lived with Mr. Jim Homer Stevens as a stepfather for, almost the last 40 years. Great guy, wonderful inspiration. My mother loved him. My children loved him. He's their grandpa, only grandpa they knew. However, I was also blessed to have other stepfathers in my life, each of whom gave me something that I live with today, something that is very unique in the gift that they provided in that relationship. And of course, there was the blood father, the blood father, Wallace James Allen III. That's the third. That means we know who the second was and we know who the first was. And there is a sixth on the planet who promises that upon being blessed with a son, he'll name him seven. A lot of responsibility comes along with the tradition of carrying your father's name, your grandfather's name, and in my case, the great-grandfather's name. It's a support. Believe it, it's a burden, but it's a very supportive burden to know where you've come from and indicates where you need to go. All fathers are not the big stars. It's like on a basketball team. You know, you'll say, oh, so-and-so had a great game. You're telling me that he scored a lot of points. You're not telling me how many rebounds he got. You're not telling me how many blocks he had. You're not telling me how many times he had facilitated somebody else. You're looking at the star and say, oh, he had a great game. And sometimes people do that with fathers. Oh, you got a great father. He was there. He did this, and he came to your graduation, and he was all that. You know, those. You know, I hear you. But being a father lets me know that, man, that's pretty exceptional to be able to be blessed to take off your situation that's making you money every day, required money, not just, I need someone to have some money, required money, the money to pay for that child. You need to take off that day to go support the activity. And if you're blessed to do that, that's a blessing. Most fathers, he can't stop laying brick. He can't stop making the sand of preparing the work for the bricklayer. Hey, my kid's graduating. We support you. Glad she's graduating. Congratulations, Bill. Here, have a beer on me, but no, I need your butt here at work. So we talk about, that great exemplary father. No, man, we got to appreciate the infrastructure father. That father, okay, you guys are playing basketball, but the infrastructure is the court that you're playing on. The daddy that birthed you, the one that laid the seed, well, tell me where you'd be if that seed didn't grow out. You can tell me how great, no, he didn't come water it, they didn't do it. No, but the seed grew into the plant, and the plant decided to point toward the sun and soak up the nutrition and be something and someone. And others helped along the way. But anybody that's anywhere along the line supporting your growth, and if they helped you, and if they said something to you and made you move in that direction in a fatherly way, you don't give them a call. It's not really that deep. The other thing is just in your mind to say, wow, happy Father's Day, Uncle Bill, Uncle. Happy Father's Day to the postman for walking me directly home in the right direction when I was lost. Happy Father's Day to anybody that's inspired you. Hey, if they help make you be a better person, I appreciate them. Happy Father's Day to them. On the way to that, we want to speak about Juneteenth. Probably talk about that a little bit after the break. The 2.5-year wait. Emancipation Proclamation was signed. The year it was signed, it created a new tradition in the black church called Watch Night because it was signed early in the year and didn't take effect until midnight, December 31st. Boy, black folks were sitting around waiting for midnight to see if indeed freedom were coming. But that didn't include everybody because there's some people in Texas who had not found that issuance was including them. We're going to talk about that right after this short break, and I'm going to introduce you to two young black entrepreneurs out here looking at a path, creating a path, and working on something that they hope you will benefit from as they serve their initiative to be in charge, seeking your desires of service and satisfaction. We'll be right back.
If you've ever been held down before.
This is KCAA.
Hey, kiddo, ready to catch that movie?
Almost. Wallet, phone, keys, mask. Yep, all set.
A mask? It's not required, is it?
No, but it's gonna be busy and crowded, so I'll feel better with it on.
You right. It is open at night. Let me grab mine.
Nice. You passed the vibe check, Dad.
Wearing a mask when it can help protect you and others is just one way to keep each other safer. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
We now return to the adventures of Vaccine and Booster, Ultimate COVID-19 Warriors.
Vaccine.
Yeah, Booster.
This COVID-19 and its pesky variants have gotten way out of hand.
They are no match for us.
Repeat the mission.
Protect the community, reduce hospitalizations and death.
Because we're the best protection available. Fact.
Watch out! Incoming!
Shields up. Take that, COVID-19.
And that.
Find safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines and boosters near you. Visit myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Miss your favorite show? Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
We're back. It is time for Empire Talks Back to continue its quest for sharing the quest for excellence. Our desire is to show you what other folks are doing that's really important for you because they're doing it for you. They're doing it so that they don't have to beg from you. They don't have to be homeless. They don't have to be stuck in the I'll feed you later line. Young folks trying to do what they can do to make the world a better place. And I'm proud to say that one of our guests today is my goddaughter, Miss Kamaya Nichols. I remember her when she was just a, oh yeah, well, I don't want to embarrass her. But I will ask her to say hello to you now. Miss Kamaya, how are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm good. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Juneteenth. Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. Kamaya, what do you know about Juneteenth? Know much about Juneteenth?
I know it's the day that slaves were freed.
Okay, that's the general thought. That was the day that the enslaved people were freed. Actually, that was the day 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. that General Granger came to Galveston, Texas, and made the official pronouncement to the Texans that the war was over and that the enslaved were free. Not so much important that the war was over, because it wasn't, but the slaves were freed. Juneteenth then became a celebration. That was June 19th. That became a celebration that, Texans maintained and kept like a good holiday. Every June 19th, they just celebrated. They didn't ask anybody's permission. They didn't go out and beg anybody to come celebrate with them. They just, as those who remembered the suffering, those who remembered the degradation, those who remembered the hope, those who remembered that little light at the end of the tunnel, and it got larger, and now they just came together and celebrated. That was real. That was authentic. And as time went on, those Texans, as they moved out of Texas, a lot of people didn't know why they moved out, but heck, woo, you look at some of the politics there, you say you know why, but there's a lot of strong folks in Texas, black folk, non-white people, and white people who are fighting for the truth in Texas, just like they always have. But you can't fight for the truth if there wasn't somebody to fight that's representing the fake and the lie. And that's taking place everywhere. But getting back to our Juneteenth issue here, our party continued despite non-recognition or acknowledgement or permission from the greater society. Black folks just partied. June 19th coming, we having a party. Well, what's that called? Juneteenth. What do you mean Juneteenth? What is that? Juneteenth. And then you hear the story. Well, I heard the story here in California back in, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. 35, I'll say 35 years ago. It was well before West Side Story newspaper started. A gentleman named James Caesar was from Texas. He worked for the Precinct Reporter, and he was a proud Texan. And he kept talking about Juneteenth and what it was about, and I heard about it, and said, oh, okay. And he talked about it, and he convinced Art Townsend, the publisher of the Precinct Reporter, to sponsor a Juneteenth on Muscat Street here in San Bernardino. That was the first celebration that I participated in. But it was band, party, people getting along, laughing and joking, a big gathering, sharing of food, potluck, etc. Potluck in those days meant food. Right now, potluck means, you get to smoke some weed, but that's not what we were talking about. But I didn't want to pass the opportunity up to spread the word that freedom goes there too. And not, unfortunately, I'm not for the many black people who went to jail for smoking marijuana and now not given the opportunity to make money in that business, which is another story. But we'll tell that as we tell the rest of the truth. The big truth is that a lot of people don't feel like their party is a party till somebody who doesn't want to be there comes. A lot of people feel like that the party that they want to have is not a party until the people that don't want to be there are forced to come. So there's this big push about, hey, we need to make Juneteenth a holiday. Well, now you say, Wallace, man, Wallace must not like the holiday. No, I'm cool with everything, because one of the men in my life taught me that whatever happens is for the best, because you got to make the best out of it, okay? You slap me in the face, that's for the best, because the best is yet to come, huh? So here, what I'm talking about is how we respond and how we expect our lives to be made better by other people's changing their mind about us instead of us believing our minds about ourselves and living our lives based on what we can do. Because we can do damn near anything. I mean, if you lasted through slavery, huh? You last through a system and a situation designed to kill your black ass? I'm telling you, you got something going on. And that's what happened. Lived through slavery. Partied at the end of it. Partied because of the future of what we've got in front of us. Going to make America better. Absolutely. Because it's going to swell up and include us the way it needs to and has to. So now Juneteenth is a national holiday. We've got people who've fought for that. I know people right here in the area that fought for that as long as I've known that they've known about Juneteenth. So it's a celebration for them. The holiday, absolutely. There's other people that look at the holiday and say, man, this is sacred. No, it's not sacred. They're upset. Some people are upset because commercialization. Juneteenth, they're commercializing Juneteenth. Commercialized Jesus' birthday. Come on. Doesn't make it less sacred. It just gives other people an opportunity to do what they do. So Juneteenth is a freedom day. It expresses freedom, and it starts on the 19th of June. And for 2 weeks, you've got an opportunity to celebrate, focus on, rejuvenate your commitment to freedom from June 19th to the 4th of July. About 2 weeks, kind of like the Mardi Gras. Let's call it the Mighty Freedom Ride. The Mighty Freedom Ride, or Freedom Days. Call it what you want, but let's commercialize that whole 2-week period. Let's focus on freedom. Let's focus on each other's rights. Let's recommit ourselves to the pledge to go forward that was made when we lifted the physical shackles. We got to work on those mental shackles and understand that we have a power, we have an obligation, an opportunity to use that power to make ourselves better and to make our country better. Now, once again, Ms. Kamaya Nichols, you have decided that despite your marvelous talents that were described by your graduation from college, you know, where you were prepared to go get a job, but you have an independent streak, you have a desire to touch much more of who you are. You found your singing voice, your writing voice.
Yep.
You found your other voice to produce something else, hair and skincare product, right? Are we close to our break time? We're going to take that break, and when we come back, Ms. Kamaya, my goddaughter, I have to disclose that because she'll slip at some point in the conversation and call me Wally Pop, which is fine. I like that. It's like hearing my grandkids call me Papa, you know. So be who you are, help yourself. But when we come back, darling, I want you to tell us about your hair and skin products and what they do and why you got into it. Okay. And I guess it's probably because people keep asking, why is your skin so pretty? Maybe you started to share. We'll be right back. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. Happy Father's Day to you, Anthony Garcia, my buddy, the mood master.
Happy Father's Day. You know, my daughter sent me something from Hawaii. It's a journal for grandfathers. Do you just write
Turtle
down
soup?
A journal? A journal.
A journal?
Yes.
So you could write. I appreciate that. We'll be right back, and we'll share Anthony's iPad journal-wise.
KCAA.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
Okay, this is the lightning round. Category Save Our Water. Kiki from Cali, are you ready?
Woo, let's do it.
True or false? Cleaning dishes by hand uses less water than a dishwasher.
True. Oh.
Ooh, a dishwasher saves more water.
Okay.
Next, using a broom or a leaf blower instead of a hose to clean outside saves less water.
False. Oh.
Save 6 gallons per minute by not using a hose.
Oh, no way.
Test your skills and learn more water-saving tips at SaveOurWater.com. Make it your biz to take the quiz.
This is KCAA.
Oh yeah, me and the Mood Master, rocking and rolling. Get down there, like that, like that. Yes, we have Kamaya Nichols. Her products, Maya's Hair Skincare. Our next guest after we speak with Kamaya is a young man named Damian Scroggins. You may have run into him. He has this exciting food truck, Smokehouse Barbecue, catering services. We get a chance to talk to him. Another new type of business. I mean, when I was coming up, we had some food trucks, but not like these food trucks. Not at all. We didn't have these portable restaurants that that these young folk are working with now. So let's get started here with Kamaya. Your hair, skin products. Tell us about that. How did you develop that? What made you decide to do such?
So I started this actual skincare line probably like in 2021. But what kind of catapulted it was my depression, actually.
Okay.
I was in a depression, just trying to handle things that were out of my control, and trying to kind of do everything on my own without asking for help. Mm-hmm. Kind of spiraled me into a depression that triggered eczema in my body, and when it did that, I broke out all over my face that looked like what do you call it, cyst acne.
Okay.
And looked like I had a busted chin. I had like swollen eye. Like everything was bad, and I've never dealt with acne, not even teenage hormonal acne. I never dealt with acne, but I felt like it was like a spiritual wake up call for myself. Mm-hmm. And so my body is already sensitive to anything that's has a lot of chemicals, so the ibuprofens I was taking for my body were also throwing my body off and making me more sick. So I stopped taking those, and I started trying to research things that could heal myself just from something basic in your kitchen. So I started that way, and I started Googling things, and I found turmeric. So turmeric is like a root that helps with inflammation, and it also helps with your immune system. So when I started using turmeric, I was like, I don't really want to eat it like that. So I was like, what else can I do? So I was like, if we have pores all over our body, like it'll be taken into my bloodstream regardless. Like I can make a shampoo, I can make something. So I started with the scrubs.
That old college education kicking in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I made a scrub, and I actually didn't make it for myself initially. I started off with like regular like Greek yogurt, turmeric, honey, lemon, and I mixed it up, put it on my face. And the results from it were like amazing.
Really?
Yeah, it took the inflammation out of my face.
When you say amazing, how amazing time-wise, and what was moved? Did we turn concrete into a nice smooth mud? Tell me, what do you mean with your face, your skin?
It was more like I went from being like, what is his name? Quasimodo with the lump he had
Oh my
sticking off the
goodness.
top of his head to like
Okay.
to like Belle.
Yeah. And
Because-
that was politically correct the way she said it too. I mean, we didn't make fun of anybody. No, but that's good.
My skin was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It healed probably like a week after me consistently using the whole Greek yogurt, turmeric, honey mixture. And I overheard my friend talking about something, and this is like a separate time. I heard my friend talking about something, and I was like, honestly, if you need something for your skin, I can make it for you. So I made her a kit without even really thinking about getting money from it. I wasn't trying to profit off of it at any means at all. I just heard what she was going through, and I knew what I was going through and what things and herbs that I used to heal that or to start that process. So I made her like a brown sugar turmeric scrub for herself. I gave her like a aloe rose water spray that I made, and I had like a piece of African soap. And then, why did I make this butter? I don't even know what made me make this butter. I made a whole butter, and I just gave it to her. And she was so amazed, and she was like, I have to pay you. I was like, why? Why do you have to pay me for it? Like I just make this in my kitchen. I could just show you how to make it. Like, that's where I was coming from. I had a whole Instagram dedicated to, let me just show you guys how to heal yourself from your basic kitchen stuff. Like, you guys could be using this. You really don't have to go to the doctor, because the doctor was making me sick. I felt like I wasn't gonna make it.
Amazing.
So she paid me, and that's what also just catapulted that. She was like, no, from this point on, you're going to be charging for these kits. Like, you can't just make these. Like, this is actually healing my skin. Like, she got back to me like 3 days later and told me like how it made her feel, how she did see results in her actual skin. Like, just like the kind of like glow that turmeric brings to your face, but it's more of like our spiritual, emotional glow of us just feeling good.
Well, you're saying that too because you are, let's not ignore the thing that you brought up, was depression.
Yeah.
That you were coming out of the COVID, like so many of us. How do we deal with that? How do we even recognize that we're in depression? How do we look for a solution if we don't know what the problem is? And you found a bigger solution inside of I mean, you're actually in a position now to make money off of your pain because you explored your pain. You didn't run away from it. You looked at it, discovered a secret. And I'll say this. I remember when you were 2-3 months old, and your skin now looks like it looked then. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's an amazing story. That's so. Wow. Wow. Good.
Well, I'd like to talk with you about it because I have skin problems like psoriasis. So I'd like to find something to help with that. I have problems with sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. You know. They give me pills. I don't trust doctors as much as I should, but like more natural stuff seems like it would work better. Right?
It helps with turmeric. It honestly helps with psoriasis as well, and eczema. It's because it's all about what our body is showing or manifesting in the physical on what's going on inside of our bodies. Like, that's how we end up getting sick. But how you were talking about how I recognize it is I just barely started to realize this about myself probably, or standing more in my power in it, like maybe 2 years ago. But I'm like a really sensitive empath. And every human being is capable of feeling emotions, being like feelings and thoughts of other people. But me being so sensitive to it, I had to start recognizing like what feelings and thought and energies were my own and what wasn't. So what I was doing unknowingly was I was absorbing my mom's depression, my brother's depression, like in the house, to the point where like I would get depressed as soon as I hit home, but I would feel the change. So part of kind of gauging depression, I would say, is start paying attention to your thoughts and feelings and journal a lot. Because you can actually channel, and if people don't know what channeling is, it's basically like you getting messages from your higher self or source or God or whoever you believe in. That's that we get our good advice from, that puts you on the right track. It helps you channel a lot more when you journal.
Well, couldn't get a better Father's Day present than have my goddaughter on talking from the framework that she's discussing. This is amazing to me. I'm Damian Scroggins, how are you, sir?
How are you doing?
God is great. I'm extremely grateful, and I think you could tell a little bit why. I'm blessed to meet some really sharp people in my life. You are included. Now, you have decided, I think you started your business, you say, during the COVID as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely. I actually been doing barbecue since 2008, but during the COVID time, I stepped out on the ledge and started Scroggins Smokehouse Barbecue with a food truck.
Okay, you stepped out on the ledge. We're going to take a short break and come back and see, did he jump off and bounce back up? Or did he make it from the ledge, or is this his second or third jump? We'll be right back to speak to Mr. Damian Scroggins and also to continue some conversation with Kamaya Nichols. We'll be right back.
KCAA. We now return to the adventures of Vaccine and Booster, Ultimate COVID-19 Warriors.
Vaccine.
Yeah, Booster.
This COVID-19 and its pesky variants have gotten way out of hand.
They're no match for us.
Repeat the mission.
Protect the community, reduce hospitalizations and death.
Because we're the best protection available. Fact.
Watch out! Incoming!
Shields up. Take that, COVID-19.
And that.
Find safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines and boosters near you. Visit myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
This is KCAA.
This is Empire Talks Back. I'm WallaceAllen. I am so excited. Happy Father's Day to me. Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Juneteenth. And we're going to celebrate Juneteenth from now to the 4th of July. We're going to let everybody know that freedom is not free. It's something that you have to deal with every day when you wake up in the morning, when you go to sleep at night. Think about what you're going to do tomorrow, how you're going to do it, and how it's going to help. And that's gonna be good. Now it does mean we'll probably hear them doggone fireworks all damn night from now to the 4th of July. Man, I don't know where you guys are buying this stuff that flies through the air and rockets ringing and all that stuff, but hey, don't set us on fire. That's all I'm asking. Don't set us on fire. Happy. Here we are. Damian Scroggins.
Yes.
Smokehouse Barbecue. How did you decide to do that? What is that all about?
Okay. Well, I'm going to speed you up with my journey. I was a co-founder of Bledsoe's Barbecue in Compton, California.
Okay.
We had some difficulties with the landlord, so we had to shut that location down. So I had to brainstorm, and I had to come up to reinvent myself, and so I came up with Scroggins Smokehouse Barbecue right before the pandemic started. And ever since then, that's what I've been doing, and I'm focusing on catering and bringing a great taste back to L.A. with that smoky flavor.
So with the COVID and catering, how did the COVID actually help you control yourself? Because I know plenty of people who want to open a restaurant. I can count 30, 40 restaurants that opened up, black-owned restaurants that opened up here in the Inland Empire, and they are no longer here. As a matter of fact, because of that, we need to celebrate the one that is here, which is Graham's Mission Barbecue in Riverside. They've been here as long as West Side Story, which is some 30 years, but that's a volatile business, very volatile business. So here you are, a restaurant closed down. The COVID comes right after you decide to open up your smokehouse barbecue circumstance. And what happened? How did that turn into a success?
So like everyone else, I panicked when the pandemic hit, and I wasn't sure, should we go outside, should we stay at home? But once I figured everything out, I just looked at my menu, and I kind of minimized my menu and gave the customers my number one sellers, which was rib tips, chicken, and things of that nature. And I minimized my menu so I can cut back on the cost. And for a while, it was a running joke that I was a tip truck, rib tips. So I did a lot of rib tips and a lot of chicken, and I made it affordable. And I just focused on the days that were really important to me were our money days, that we call them, which was a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I cut my time down to Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
So you were
every day.
So you were in a building.
No, at this time I'm still doing my food truck, and I just cut my days down to 3 days, and I was in the Long Beach area at the time.
So the food truck, you say, okay, I had a food truck. You didn't just get the food truck. The food truck didn't just jump up and. How did you get the food truck? Where'd you get the money for the food truck? What was that all about?
Okay, well, I took the capital from when I was co-owner of Blesso's.
Okay.
And I took the capital from there, and I jumped off and I started the food truck. I had the food truck for about 3 months. It's crazy. I was afraid to put it out there because I just wanted to make sure I was going to be successful and that I was going to be able to bring that same flavor back to Los Angeles. And so it was a little scary.
Okay, I know you had to spend some money to get a food truck.
Yeah.
And when you're telling me that it was a little shaky, and you didn't want to put what made you start using the food truck and finding the value of the food truck and being comfortable with cooking in it? How long did that take you?
You know what? If you ride around Los Angeles or you ride around California, period, now, you get a lot of inspirations from people that's on the corner with tents, pop-up tents, people that's in wheelchairs that's still doing things. And I just said to myself, it's just like, it's time not to be afraid anymore and just to go out there and to believe in yourself. And I just went and took everything that I had and I wrapped my truck. I made sure that my codes, my permits were up to date, and I just jumped out there. And like I said before, in the beginning, I was very nervous. But as I seen the smile and the comments that I got from my customers, that gave me the incentive to keep going for the next day. So I just take one day at a time, and I just keep pushing.
Well, those of us who have the greatest barbecue secrets of all time that we cook with at home, because everybody's got Uncle Bill or somebody in the family that is the greatest barbecue guy of all time. And we've seen people haul the barrel around and do you cook in your truck or do you simply serve from your truck?
I serve from my truck, but I also start cooking at 6 a.m. in the morning. But at the same time, I have a team. And so what we do is I take the food truck to the location, and I also have a pickup truck, and I take my smoker with me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cooking throughout the whole time that my truck is out there.
Very good. So what is your menu?
Right now, my to-go menu on a daily basis is going to be the rib tips, chicken, hot links, and brisket. And I serve those with baked beans and potato salad on the daily. But I also have a catering menu that does much more.
Okay, and let me ask you this: on your barbecue setup, do you do anything to deal with this growing vegan market?
Absolutely. That's funny you said that.
No, it ain't funny.
So I
thinking
currently
about my
set up
incident.
right now in in Redlands at a brewery in Redlands. And for the first time, I was going there a few times, and I had a customer say she was vegan like three weekends in a row. So I stopped at the store this particular time, and I got some jackfruit. So I went ahead and did the jackfruit, and I put it up with my own rub that I make too. And I put it on the jackfruit, and I went ahead and put it on the smoker for about an hour. And I couldn't wait to see that customer that day. I gave it to them, and they loved it. Matter of fact, she told a few people, and the next thing I know, I had 5 people in line looking for jackfruit.
Jackfruit ends up looking like brisket, right?
It looks like pulled pork to me. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You pull it, and it looks like pulled pork when it's all said and done.
Now that's something you may want to promote on your menu, because that is a very
absolutely. That's going to be a start. I just did it for the first time was last week, so I'm going to make sure most definitely that I do it moving forward.
Okay, and nothing like grilling. Well, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but if
I take all advice.
Well, it's more vegetables, grills vegetables, and one of the things you may want to do is have a separate grill that you're working them on, because you know how one thing affects another. And just if I'm promoting, I got a special. I mean, I may be using the same fire, but I'm cooking the vegetables over on this side and the meat over on that side. Of course, it's when I close the hood, everybody's getting the same smoke, but that adds to the flavor, and that's what people are really eating is the flavor. Man, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Where are you working? Where can people test out your goods?
Okay, so right now I'm currently in the San Bernardino area, and one of my main locations is 2380 Sterling Avenue, and the cross streets is Highland, and then I do a lot of things at Hangar 24 in Redlands as well.
Sterling and Highland.
Uh-huh.
Where, on which corner? They're blessed to have 4 of them there.
Okay, that's going to be right. I can tell you right. It's going to be right in front of Crazy Ball. It's a department store that's right there.
So it's going to be on the northwest corner.
The north, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
northwest section. So that would be right behind a Juan El Pollo Loco?
Absolutely, right behind El Pollo Loco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back and finalize the issue, talk a little bit about Juneteenth, what it means to you guys, what you are looking forward to in the future as we equalize and undramatize the route to success. We'll be right back.
It seems like things are finally coming around. I know we got
This is KCAA.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KCAA.
Juneteenth, a national holiday. Some banks will be closed tomorrow. I'm not sure about the post office, but you got what you want. Now do you want more? I do. I want Juneteenth to stretch the freedom concept all the way to the 4th of July. I want you guys partying and focusing on how to make the world a better place through the concept of freedom and democracy. How to energize the world by sharing those inner thoughts and your energy to start your own businesses, to focus on the businesses that are here serving you, to like who likes you. Let me say that again. Like who likes you. Who's out here trying to serve you, trying to make your world a better place? Those are the folk you want to line up with and associate with and facilitate the growth of. I didn't say line up and throw rocks and fight at the other people, but like who like you. Support who supports you. Nothing wrong with that. And there's something wrong, basically, to feed the hand that's, or feed the mouth that's eating your hand. and we do that like we're obligated. You know, I gotta go pay this bill. No, you didn't have to even buy that car. What? No, you didn't have to buy that one. You could have bought another one. You could have rented one. You could have worked something out. I applaud young people because they're not hung up on a lot of that mind stuff, and they do a lot of sharing. Ms. Nichols and Mr. Scroggins, you guys have a brand new holiday, Juneteenth. What does that mean to you if, Mr. Scroggins, what is Juneteenth, the new holiday? Does that have an effect on you? How are you anticipating its impact in the future?
I guess with me, it gives me, say it again?
Yes.
Okay. With me, it gives me a self-pride. Gives me self-pride and gives me something to hold my head up high about. And like today, when I step out, I just can't wait to see someone of the likes of me, that I can look them dead in the eyes and just know that we're celebrating today for our freedom and for the things that we went through.
How will you celebrate that today?
Right now, I'm going to be most definitely with my father and with my family, and I would love to go around, and for the rest of the day and the rest of the year, is to just go around and give kindness to another black family, another black person. So I think, because I really believe that we need to be more kinder to each other, knowing that the struggle that we've been through and the things that we go through every day from other people, most definitely we need to show more gratitude, more respect towards each other.
And Ms. Kamaya, how do you anticipate the impact of Juneteenth for you in the future?
For me, because I've been so anti-government for so long because I've had so many problems. Really feel like it gives me a little tiny bit of hope as far as not hope in the government. I'm not saying that. I'm saying hope for us as people, because it just shows that if we come together, which we've been saying this, it's just showing that we are changing, we're growing, because people are starting to notice a lot of things. People are waking up to be like, we can make change. So people are taking action to the things that has been said for so long, that there's change now. Mm-hmm. Change that people actually want. But the government's going to try something. Who knows? Who cares? But there's always us, and we're just getting stronger and better. So that just makes me excited for our collective consciousness.
Oh, I love you guys so much. The idea that the government, we are the government, that is a part that maybe it takes a little more time to understand and absorb, is that what goes on either goes on because you helped it go on or because you didn't stop it from going on. But Eric, right? I mean, you got you can't not participate, mm-hmm. because your lack of participation is a participation of acquiescence. Mm-hmm. You know, saying, "Oh, okay, whatever y'all do is okay with me," and that's the issue. That's why it's so important that you not only in the business of the COVID understand it. Well, things change. But you made a change with it. You decided, Mr. Scroggins, to put your business in the street as opposed to just waiting for the street to bring you the business. Kamai, you used an attack on your self-esteem, a social attack that we are all subject to, and we need to pay a lot more attention to depression, and we need to pay even more attention to the routes out of it, which are basically internal and solving your, by looking at your problem, you acknowledge your problem and you deal with it. In your case, you invented something to go along with the adjustment. You made a proof of an adjustment. How can people get in touch with you to get access to your products?
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. I have an Instagram. I also have a website right now, which the link is in my bio for it's Maya's Hair Skincare under Big Cartel, because that's the website that I use for the platform. My Instagram is Maya's Hair Skincare with 3 underscores. So MAYASHAIRSKINCARE with underscore, and it's a little caricature of a woman holding her face and with her afro and some leaves.
Yep, we're gonna have her business as well as Mr. Scroggins' business in the Bob Directory, Black-owned business directory in West Side Story newspaper. Mr. Scroggins, how can people get in touch with you and chase you down and get a chance to eat some of your great barbecue taste on meat and otherwise?
Alrighty, so we have Instagram, Facebook, and they're all pretty much the same. It's going to be Scroggins BBQ. So Scroggins BBQ for Facebook and Instagram. For those of you that don't believe in social media, I have a phone number. It's 310.
Yay!
310-637-1342. 1342. You can call ahead and find out where we're at, or make a catering order or event.
And once again, we will include them and add them to the Bob Directory and West Side Story newspapers, Black-owned business directory, WSSnews.com. WSSnews.com. Follow the Bob Directory. You'll be able to get in touch with these 2 wonderful young business folk, as well as some of the other businesses that you should support. They are supporting you. This is Empire Talks Back. I've had a great day. I want to take another moment to emphasize that we've got Juneteenth. It is now a national holiday, federal holiday, and we have the opportunity to make us a good, strong commercial move. ABC, NBC, all of the TV guys are doing something tonight and tomorrow. If we limit ourselves to the one day, like we used to have Black History Day, we made it Black History Week, Black History Month. Let's make this freedom thing something that we all share in, not just a black thing, because we're going from June 19th to July 4th, and we're going to include each and everybody that's got a mouth that wants to grin and party up and celebrate freedom and obligate ourselves to defending it, fighting for it, and doing everything we can to wallow in it. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm WallaceAllen. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for your Father's Day wishes. Thank you for earning the reputation of being a father in other cases. And thank all of the mothers that made the fathers possible. Lord have mercy. Amen. See you guys next week under 2 circumstances. The good Lord's willing, and the creek don't rise.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM.